Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Scorpio? Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the foundation of the reading, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're in this energy right now of perseverance. There's this energy where you've really been holding your vision. The entire Scorpio collective has gone through so many transformations since I've launched my platform. And I feel that they align with myself, being a Scorpio. So I really do resonate with this energy as well. I feel that all of us are all moving in this sort of energy. I feel that we're all moving in tandem with each other, Scorpios. There's an energy here of alliance that I'm picking up on as well. But it's spiritual in nature. It may not be in the physical. Could be for some of you, but I don't think so. I really feel that this is taking place in the spiritual. It's like all of us have come together and we're all working in this cohesive manner to bring through transformations, not only in our individual lives, but collectively speaking as well. Because so much has been overcome in the Scorpio collective, a lot of you are starting to see reflections of all of this now showing up in your waking life. And this is naturally how this occurs. You do the work, give it a little bit of time, and then things start showing up. It shows up in spirit first, as above, and then it shows up in your waking life, so below. Macro to micro. And I feel that you're all really starting to understand how this works. Think back to the time, Scorpio, when that term just didn't even mean anything. It wasn't even something that you processed or even really thought about. But now it just seems to be a way of life. I feel that everything that you go through in your life now, Scorpio, has spirit right there at the forefront. The divine is navigating the ship that is you inside your waking life. And because of this, success is literally on the horizon line, Scorpios. But in saying that, what is success? What do you actually consider success, Scorpio? I know that I myself have a different definition for success now than I did, say, 4 years ago. You know, for me, success is a feeling that we have from within. It's that abundant mindset. Because that's really the key to it all. If you have this abundant mindset, if you can put an energy of growth on everything that you do in your life, everything you touch is turns to gold kind of energy, then that energy of abundance will start showing up in your material environment, in your material world. But as you start to have a better understanding of the abundant mindset, you start to see how truly insignificant the material world is. Because the material world is something that, well, we're made to think that we need to fight for this and that, for these comforts and for some sort of status, when this isn't true at all. The focus needs to be on what exists within. And then everything in your material world shows up with little to no work because it's a byproduct of that mindset. So what I'm getting here, Scorpios, is you really having an acute understanding of this abundance mindset and seeing now how it's really starting to show up in your waking life as you push forward, as you become the master manifester in your own reality. What do we have at the sacral, please? Seven of Wands, 77. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, 77. And this is so interesting that this came out following everything I just said. Scorpio, 77 is the number of good fortune, opportunity, and spiritual wisdom. This is also you being in alignment with your soul's true calling, spiritual path, and purpose. Exactly what I've been picking up since the beginning of the reading. But this did not come without a fight. And you understand that the fight, in some capacity, is perpetual. Because when you think about it, evolution never rests. Expansion never stops. And because the Scorpio collective is working in this tandem-like energy with the universe, with evolution, the understanding of knowing and that growth in and of itself is a form of birthing, constant rebirthing, constant transformation, which is essentially a violent kind of energy. The birthing process is a violent process. And this understanding is putting you on the front line, Scorpio, because you're not afraid of this. You welcome it. The more you welcome it, the less painful it is. In fact, it's not painful at all. Think about before you were spiritually awoken, Scorpio, how painful it was to get to the point that you're at now. That initial group of hurdles that you had to overcome spiritually, well, those were the worst. And it will never be worse than that. Those included all the behavioral patterns, the mindsets, addictions, people in your life that needed to leave. That's what all of that is. It's a blanketed energy. It essentially checkmated you into this position in your life to where you are functioning from your shadow, Scorpio. All of us have been through this. Every single Scorpio listening to this reading right now has witnessed being in their shadow side. Otherwise, you would not be listening to this reading right now. All Scorpios that transform into the best versions of themselves and align with their higher self have been through the darkness. You have to hold that wisdom to graduate into the full transformative version of yourself, period. And I believe this is to say for every zodiac sign, but because Scorpio is the energy of transformation, the 8th house of transformation, this is the area, this is the energy that the universe has all of you focusing on. This is you. You are transformation personified. You are the master transmuter. You can take the negativity, you can take the darkness, and you can bundle it up into a little ball, release it into the ethers, and create your own sunshine out of it. A lot of you are artists. You create however that shows up for you. You take this darkness and you turn it into things that can help other people. Some of you are speakers. Some of you are tarot readers. Whatever it is, there's just an element to the Scorpio collective that assists in helping others heal. Simply by opening your mouth and speaking, putting a pen to paper, whatever it is for you, doing the things that you love that helps the universe and all those around you evolve and expand. And how truly blessed of an energy that is, to do what you love and at the same time help the collective evolve. Everything outside of that energy is painful. And this is why you experience all these pains throughout your life, Scorpio. Pre-transformation is because the universe is trying to wake you up to this. Scorpio, we just want to get you functioning inside this blessed energy so you can enjoy, love your life, and at the same time help others around you by simply being an example of what a transformed human being looks like. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Ooh, that card did not want to come out. 3 of Swords at the solar plexus. Libra energy. There's an energy I'm picking up here, Scorpios, of some sort of angelic guidance, an energy of this group of ancestors around you, ascended masters who are supporting you with your life purpose and soul mission. It's very important, Scorpios, that you give any worries and fears to your angels. Just release it. Because this Three of Swords, the solar plexus, is how they'll get the Scorpio collective. They want the Scorpio collective to be powerless and inferior, to lack self-esteem, not to be confident, not to be powerful. Because of how transformative your energy is, Scorpios, it's incredibly threatening to those around you, especially people that you've always known in your life up until, well, this point. They don't want to see this because it forces all of them to address this darkness and unhealed energy within all of them. Nobody, I repeat, nobody wants to be told or have reflected back to them by how much growth you've done that this is what they need to overcome now. Your energy is so influential, Scorpio, that you may find yourself cast out. You may find people speaking lies and slander, gossiping on your name, speaking untruths because you hold this energy. It's a blessing and it's a curse. But if you can come to the understanding, Scorpios, that this level of resistance is a part of this path, and it's essentially not even really personal. Think about that. How could that energy not be personal? Well, when you think about the fact that every Scorpio that is going through the transformative process in their life is going to witness this, you'll see it as some other force in the universe that is essentially possessing these people around you. It's like this web that just goes out into the collective trying to stop Scorpios from transforming and helping to evolve the collective. It's a darkness. It's that Luciferian kind of energy that will show up all around us to disempower us and to stop us from transforming and becoming that phoenix that rises from the ashes, Scorpios. Nobody wants this for you. And the sooner you understand this, the better off you'll be, and the sooner you can get on path. Your need for other people's validations on this path is a futile effort. The only validation you need now and for the rest of your life is the validation that you find from within that connects you to source energy. That's it. As long as you're good with God, Scorpios, that's all that matters. And the sooner that you start to clear out all these other energies, all these other people's opinions, all these other people's unsolicited advice surrounding your life and the steps you make, the more growth you're going to see. The quicker you're able to release these energies, the quicker you see the growth. You hold the cards. You are in control. What do we have at the heart? Wow. Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the heart. This further details what I was just picking up here, Scorpios. This is the energy that these individuals want you in. It's this energy of lack. It's this energy of a poverty mindset right there at the heart. Always holding on to everything that's happened to you. Never able to release any of this resentment and bitterness of these past karmic cycles. These individuals want you to resent them. These individuals want you to hold bitterness surrounding all the tactics they used against you. They feed off of that energy. So the sooner that you release these energies just simply by forgiving and moving forward and seeing these energies as essentially beneath you, because that's what they are. They're beneath you vibrationally speaking, the better off you'll be. It's very important, Scorpios, that you accept the truth that you're being shown. A lot of the times, it will be right in front of your face, Scorpio, but you refuse to accept the truth because it's too dark, it's too It's too painful. It's beyond what some of you can even process, and boy, do I know that energy. The darkness is right there in front of your eyes, but you'll make up every excuse as to why it's something else. A lot of you Scorpios have had people come into your life that hold this very dark, demonic kind of energy, but you'll look for traits within these people that you can focus in on to not focus on the truth. In other words, Scorpios, you can recognize the flickering light within people, and you'll do your absolute best, even if it means sacrificing your own happiness, sacrificing your time, in order to bring that flickering light to the surface. But unfortunately, you do this to your detriment, Scorpios. Now, when you hear something like that, most people would think, oh, well, that's a really beautiful trait to have, and it can be perceived that way, but unfortunately, it's just not the truth. This is a shadow Scorpio energy. You're essentially sacrificing yourself for the happiness of others. And, I can speak on this from experience because I used to do this all the time. I would focus on other people before I'd focus on myself. And 100% of the time, all of those individuals left me in the dust or left me for dead in some capacity. It's a draining effect that happens on the Scorpio collective. These people are sent into your lives. Narcissists are a big one for Scorpios. And they're sent in to drain you and leave you with nothing so you don't transform. I recognize this now, and it's just not something that I deal with anymore. And ever since, I've been able to put all my time and energy into myself and transforming into the person I am now. It will always be something that the Scorpio collective faces even after you've transformed. It's just a part of your energy. It's just a part of your path. You'll always be tested by the devil. But the sooner you start to recognize this one, Scorpios, and put all that energy back into yourself, again, the better off you'll be and the more growth you're going to start to see in your life. There's just a lot of energy that drains out in the Scorpio collective when you step off path. You have a constant connection with the divine and source, Scorpios. The more you work inside this energy, the faster you're able to manifest as well. Because you're only nurturing that particular connection, you're creating a clear channel, intuitively speaking, between yourself and the divine source energy, God. You really just have to say the word, and you'll start to see things unfold in your life, resulting in you uttering into the ethers what it is you wish to bring into your life. And again, the more you work inside this energy, the stronger it becomes. After a while, it becomes a game to you. It's almost funny how fast you can have your manifestation show up in your material environment. But you absolutely must release any of these energies that hold you down. There's no sort of halvesies or just doing things a little bit. The Scorpio collective is tasked with complete transformation or nothing. You cannot half-ass this, Scorpios. It needs your full dedication. Otherwise, you will not experience the full effects of a complete phoenix rising from the ashes. You have access to it, yes. Is it easy? No, it's not. But once you've done it the initial time, it becomes easier and easier with each transformation that you undergo throughout the rest of your life. What do we have at the throat, please? Wouldn't be a Scorpio reading without a little judgment popping out. Pluto, Scorpio energy at the throat. And this follows up everything I just said perfectly, Scorpios. There is most definitely another evolution to the Scorpio energy underway right now. This is an energy of rebirth, and it's an energy of you taking the call from the divine. This is you waking up to your purpose and getting functioning inside of this space, getting on path, getting going. And this is also speaking about how raw and open this channel is between you and the divine. And I'm also thinking about these angels, these passed on loved ones that are all supporting you right now. The stronger that energy becomes as well, because they see that you're actually putting in the work, that you want to transform your ancestor lineage, bring your bloodline into an entirely new timeline, doing your part in evolving the collective. You get backup. You get your own spiritual team working around the clock with you. This is what we all came here to do. And once you step onto this path and you have enough realization as to how this energy works, your life will never be the same ever again, Scorpios. A lot of you are already witnessing this take place in your life right now, and you're also starting to recognize how you actually control the flow of this energy as well, right? It's all dependent on how much work you're willing to put in. A lot of you are going through this spiritual birthing process right now, and your third eye is starting to open. Even more so than before. There's just more clearing out. There's this energy of the divine revealing some sort of hidden crossroads in your life. It's like you're making all these choices right now inside your waking life that are leading to some sort of spiritual evolution on the energetic plane. This is you hearing the voice of spirit, Scorpios. A Kundalini awakening. This is the energy of divine judgment. What do we have at the third eye, please? Hangman. Pisces energy at the third eye. Again, further detail in everything I've already spoken about in the reading. This is an energy of you looking at your life from this universal vantage point, from this higher perspective. It's an energy of letting go. Letting go of these past cycles that didn't serve you and your highest good, Scorpios. It's like you've gathered up all this wisdom and you're just ready to go now. You've completed the lessons that you needed to complete in this particular cycle of your life. And again, this is constant for the Scorpio collective. The sooner you start to understand this and accept this, the more fun you can have with it. See, the challenge is the dark force in the universe wants to keep you stuck inside those cycles. Scorpio is a fixed energy, so it essentially doesn't like change, but it's the zodiac sign of change. It's the zodiac sign of transformation. But when you think about it in terms of how powerful it is when an energy that doesn't like transformation is actually able to transform, then you can understand why it falls in the 8th house of Scorpio. There is no going back. The Scorpio energy is like setting concrete. Once you've transformed, it's over. I'm seeing a rose growing from concrete in my mind's eye. This is a perfect example of the Scorpio energy. There's so much depth. There's so much that goes behind these transformations, Scorpios. Still waters run deep. You essentially have to sacrifice everything you're leaving behind in some capacity in order to be initiated into the next timeline, into the next season of your life. The only real enemy that a Scorpio has is themselves. Because when you start to realize that all the energies around you that are seemingly coming against you are all pushing in some capacity against you in order to force you into this transformative state, you'll start to see that all of these individuals, people, places, things that have always come up against you were merely vessels that were used to push you to transform. And this isn't to justify anybody's treatment towards you at all, Scorpios. All these people that usually exist around Scorpios in their life have a form of possession. But the universe allows it. God allows it in order to wake you up to the fact that, oh, just maybe you might be in a den of demons. What do we have at the crown, please? The sun. Leo energy at the crown. The Sun is the most high vibrational card in the tarot. It is the happiest card in the tarot. And I'm thinking back to the comment I made about transmuting that negative energy out into the ethers and turning it into sunshine. This energy right here on this table, staring back at me, is the energy of transmutation. This is all about healing and transformation, Scorpios. First yourself, and then becoming this energy of influence that assists in transforming others inside the collective. Your struggles, Scorpios, are your success. All of you. All of you have the capacity to turn your biggest struggles into your success. There's obviously countless ways that can show up. It just really depends what sectors you work in, what sectors you're passionate about. But it is a blanketed energy inside the Scorpio collective that you all have access to. This is something that all of you have been armed with. So the sooner you start accepting this as well, Scorpios, the sooner you can get to it. Sometimes it's hard to accept this. You don't want to turn your struggles into your success. You don't want to deal with it anymore. You don't want to face it. You don't want to repeat it. I get it. I totally get it. But that's why you are the 8th house of transformation. Because so much success comes from being able to transform that energy in your life. It's absolutely crucial that you do it. It is the key to everything for you. And once you're on the other side of that energy, you will look back. I guarantee you, you will look back and you won't be able to believe that you almost didn't do it. Or you dragged your feet. What do we have at the foundation, please, from the Occult Tarot? Oh, wow. The Sun, again, boon. However, I read these next few cards in their detriment. So this is essentially Sun in reverse. This is an energy of having a lingering doubt. Just like I said, dragging your feet. It's an energy of like a delayed gratification or lacking success. And it's right underneath the 7 of Pentacles, right? Here you are functioning inside that energy, and here you are in Shadow Scorpio energy, hesitating, dragging your feet. I don't know if I really want to deal with that or face that in my life. However this energy shows up for you. You know, a really basic example of this would be if you're a songwriter. You write a song about a really rough experience in your life, and a lot of people hear it, and it helps a lot of people. This is a very basic example of how you can take something negative that's happened to you in your life and transmute it into something positive, something that can give other people some form of healing, and also being incredibly cathartic for yourself. What do we have at the sacral, please? King of Swords, Elagos, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And this really goes along with what I was saying here, because I feel like this represents what a lot of you have been through. This is a very manipulative, tyrannical, abusive energy that a lot of the Scorpio collective have had to deal with in family dynamics. This represents the narcissists in your life, right? This could be abusive parents or abusive relationships. Typically, it will show up in family dynamics, and if it goes unhealed, untreated, which it usually does, then it will start showing up in people that cross your path in your adult life. Most commonly, romantic relationships. You'll date men or women that reflect your parents. And you know, I honestly think that if you're in a really healthy relationship, now what I'm about to say might be a little controversial, but I honestly feel that if you've done all the healing work and somebody comes into your life that doesn't reflect anybody from your past, then this is a good thing. Because if somebody is coming into your life and they hold the same kind of energy as, say, a parent, then that means there's something unhealed there. There's something that the universe is trying to make you aware of that you need to essentially overcome. I used to know this individual, a female, and all of her boyfriends, in some capacity, were reflections of her father. Her father abandoned her and didn't show up in her life until she was much older. But she had a lifetime of dating these men. She even married a couple of them. They looked exactly like her father, and they all acted like him too. Everything that these individuals put her through was exactly what her father put her mother through. This is an example of how this energy can work. Okay, so just keep that in mind, Scorpios. That's not going to be for all of you, okay? And there's no real rhyme or reason to how that energy can show up, but maybe just think about what I'm saying there, okay? If you're starting to have these repeating patterns of people showing up in your life that are reflections of somebody who is karmic, somebody who is possibly narcissistic in your life, then there's probably something that needs to be addressed on a deeper level there. Typically speaking, Scorpios, the transformations that you need to undergo are right underneath your nose. Like I said, they're right in front of your face, but you don't want to accept the truth, right? What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Death. Lucifer, Scorpio, that is your energy right there at the solar plexus, and this goes along perfectly with everything I just said. This is an energy of not wanting to transform, not wanting to see the truth, being stuck. It's an energy of inertia, no hope. This is shadow Scorpio energy. And as you can see in this illustration, there's a cherub sitting on a massive pile of skulls, right? It's like each one of those skulls represents a karmic cycle, but yet they're still sitting there, essentially protecting that energy, trying to turn that flickering light into something it's not. Oh God, that's so representative of the Scorpio energy. Trying to see the absolute best in somebody and trying to transform them into something they're not. Evading responsibility in the fact that you actually need to transform yourself. And, even after you've gone through these initial transformations, Scorpios, and you're on path and you're making your way toward your destiny, this will always happen. Sometimes it will happen and you have to catch yourself. You'll allow somebody into your life that you've just met and they hold the same energy, but you'll find yourself making up excuses for that person. It's a constant battle. It's always going to be there. But you'll get to the point where you catch it more and more. I still deal with this sometimes because there is a beauty in wanting to see the absolute best in people. But it's not your responsibility to trigger people's transformations. The best way to trigger somebody's transformation is simply by example. That's it. What do we have at the heart, please? The way you transform people is by transforming yourself first, and hopefully they'll get a clue. Sadly, not many do, Scorpios, if any at all, okay? It will be a tiny percentage, if any. But again, it's not your problem because there's too much at stake. You can literally sacrifice transforming yourself by putting all your energy into transforming another. Malfast, Ten of Swords, Gemini energy, cruelty. Unbelievable, Scorpios. This is an energy of self-sacrifice. It's also an energy of being backstabbed, right? So putting all your time and energy into trying to help other people transform, only for them to leave you in the dust. And they didn't transform anyway. You just seemingly empowered them to keep being the worst versions of themselves. A basic example of this would be somebody wants to borrow money from you to pay off some bills that they're behind on. But instead they go and spend it on drugs or alcohol. So you have to really be careful how you step in this arena here, Scorpios, okay? Because most people that come into your life are going to use you. They're going to betray you. They want to try and defeat you in some capacity. And a lot of them that come around too have this sort of energy of victimization on them. They'll come across as being badly done by. And then this energy is something that you'll pick up on too. So now you're taking on their energy. And Scorpios, I'm not trying to say that you can't trust anybody that ever comes into your life. This isn't what I'm saying at all. But there's just a certain energy that these particular people hold because it's something that's unhealed inside of you. Once that's healed, then the people you start attracting into your life will be in vibrational alignment with that new healed version of yourself. Okay? And again, we're never going to be completely healed. We just get on the path to healing. And as time goes on, we're a little bit more healed. Okay? But you're always going to be faced with challenges. But the whole entire Scorpio collective right now is under transformation in your personal relationships. So just be aware of what's going on, Scorpios, is really the best advice I can give here. Just be observant and use proper discernment. Rahale, Three of Swords, Libra energy, love and submission. So we have Three of Swords twice now. So this is an energy of healing. Okay, so now we transition into the outcome. This is the basic narrative on the top row. We have the shadow energy here, the demon energy that shows up in people around you or your behavioral patterns. This is the energy that wants to stop you from transforming. And then we bridge it from the demons to the angels, demon, angel, into the angels, which is going to be representative of the outcome, Scorpios. So here you are now healing from this energy, moving forward, releasing the sorrow, and entering into an energy of recovery. What do we have at the throat, please? King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, Leuia, the exalted God. And we have two King of Swords here now. We have the negative polarity and the positive polarity. Victory. Grants victory and protection from lightning. Okay, so just metaphorically speaking, it's just an energy of being protected from attacks right underneath this judgment. Further detailing what I was talking about in regards to the angels around you protecting you. You having a force that's helping you transition into this new timeline, initiating you into the new season of your life. This is also a very analytical energy and also very strategic in thought. So this is the advice here, Scorpios. Discernment. Analyzing. Turn the pain and suffering of those cycles, Scorpios, into a weapon of discernment moving forward. What do we have at the third eye, please? Perfect. The Hermit, Ibamia, Word of God creating all, alchemy and transformation, rules natural events, helps with spiritual progress. So Virgo energy with this Hermit. Again, Scorpios, this is an energy of allowing your inner compass to guide you. It's an energy of soul searching and going inward for any sort of clarity or guidance you may need at the third eye. Higher guidance. You are the Hermit. This is who you've become or who you're becoming. Deeply spiritually connected to the divine. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Scorpios, please? Oh, perfect. Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy, Achaiya. The forbearing God, patience, reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. So we have Five of Pentacles twice now, but this is going to be the opposite polarity. So now after you release this energy of lack, poverty mindset, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, however it shows up for you, it's going to be different for all of you. You have an energy of hope that floods through. This energy of recovery. It's an energy here of you persevering forward and changes being made in your life for the better. It's just an overall energy of gain now, Scorpios. Because you understand this energy of transformation and how it's showing up in each one of your individual lives, as well as how it's working in tandem inside the entire Scorpio collective, and how each one of us works together to create this evolutionary force inside the universe. We are all a part of this, Scorpios. You can either be on the front lines, living your best life and having the time of your life, or you can be in the very back, creating drag. And like I was saying earlier on in the reading, we've all been in the shadow Scorpio energy. It's absolutely necessary to truly appreciate and access that energy on the front line. And it makes perfect sense. You are the keeper of wisdom, and you need it to access this new timeline, Scorpios. So there's no reason to be hard on yourself if you're going through struggles in your life. Just know that you have access to the opposite, and you're being called. You're all being called right now, Scorpios. Scorpios, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below. And thank you for your donation, Scorpios. Take care.